There is a saying from the insight tradition that I like to share often, and that is that a moment of insight requires a lifetime of integration. We in the spiritual field, and those of us who are drawn to this, are of course always looking for those cathartic, big opening experiences. But without the integration, that experience has nowhere to land. And it's almost like we keep blowing our own minds more and more and more open without actually embodying the lessons that we're learning. So, all of the stuff that you see, all of those realizations that you have, those dots that are starting to connect for you, those places where you're like, oh, wow, this really didn't make sense before, but now it's starting to weave together a more cohesive narrative. That is you as an organism healing, and coherence, so that weaving together of different things is really a big sign of that. From my experience and what I see so often happening is that people only want the big experience. We only want to open to these big feelings of love, these big feelings of metta, but we don't actually want to incorporate the practice of them. And that's because actually doing the thing is hard. The moment of insight is almost easy. It's like we've laid the groundwork, the conditions came together, and we had the moment of insight. But the actual living out of the thing, the actual integration into our life, the way that it alchemizes and changes us and can change us so that this becomes a natural way of being, actually requires so much more patience and a little bit more effort. It's not necessarily hard, the practice is very simple, but it does require that you stay with it. It requires that you pay more and more attention. It requires that you have more and more presence and more intimacy with all of these things happening in your life.